Almost are good to go. All right, I bring the order the city council meeting dated 11/4/1985 to order. Hey, good to see you. First order of business is we're going to go over the election results for the winners. Give me 1 second. All right, so I have Jason Winters with 100 votes, retaining his city council seat. So congratulations, Jason Winters. Mr. Boblin garnering 93 votes. Congratulations, Boblin. You are retaining your seat. The two new seats will go to Miss McCaskill and Mr. Sicard. So if you guys are out in the audience now, feel free to come up and sit at the council. Congratulations.
Hey.
Oh.
We know that you won't have access to the immediate bills, but we will acclimate you with the proper bills.
Shouting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, he is shouting. Sorry.
Thanks, Al.
Yep.
Hey, Dr. Cat, sit next to me.
Congratulations, doctor. All right. So, congratulations to the ones that retain their seats and the ones that won the seat at the council. The next order of business will be going around each council member from my right to the left, and each council member will stand up and present what they're going to be bringing to the... Oh, Pledge of Allegiance. All right. Fair enough. You going to lead us?
Who?
Always. All right.
All right.
Please excuse me when I do the... Yeah, you are.
Everybody, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag and the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Justice.
Yep,
Strong
that's
justice.
the original one.
Yep. You can be seated.
Thumbs up.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for America. Yep, that was the original one. Gotta keep you on your toes.
All right, you can be seated.
That was musical, Boblin. Thank you.
All right, starting on with council member Ashley Williams. Go ahead.
I should probably actually shout. This should be a very quick act. It's the Business Revenue Relocation Act. The short version of this is we're going to allocate the Business and Revenue Bureau underneath, instead of right now, it's currently underneath the role of the mayor. He can appoint my position. We would shift this to be under the Chief Justice. So this would not be a political appointment any longer. So a new mayor wouldn't be able to just put whoever they want in this position. It would be based off of the justice's choices of putting this in here. Same sort of position as like the Attorney General. That's a summary of the act. I can go and read off the specific amendments that we want to do to the Constitution that kind of make this happen. Or if the council members want me to, I can go over that. It's not too long, but I'll leave that to the council members.
Council members, your opinion on that? No
I can
opinion?
read the amendments if you want.
Yeah, if you can.
Okay. So this will be amending Section 2, Part C, and Section 2, Part D of the SCA. So that's the, the BCA, the Business Act, the Business Compliance Act of 1985. So the eligibility for the director of the bureau will be denoted as any citizen of the state of San Andreas, otherwise eligible to hold public office, with an active and valid bar license, may hold the position of Director of Business Revenue Bureau. Section 2D shall be amended as the following. This is the appointment clause. The director of the Business and Revenue Bureau shall be appointed by the Chief Justice of Los Santos. The director of the Business and Revenue Bureau shall be appointed a minimum of 30 days with no need for reappointment. Basically means if the Chief Justice so chooses, he can replace the director as he sees fit with 30 days notification. And that's it. It's just 2 amendments to the BCA.
All right. So any questions from the council members? No? Any questions from the public? No questions from the public?
Love that.
All right. Well, if I don't have any questions, and the council members don't have any questions, do you guys think you guys have enough information? I know the 2 new members won't have access to the bill just yet. Do the council members think that they have enough information to vote? If not, we could table it. Put a motion to table.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, as in you are able to vote on this? You feel like you're able to vote on
Yes,
this? All right.
I'm able to vote on this as well. I've been briefed prior.
All right. All right. Well, the council members feel like they could put a vote down. Let's go ahead and get this official. All right. Those all in favor of the bill presented by Ashley Williams, please raise your hand.
I'm trying to raise my hand. It won't let me.
All right. Well, I'm voting for it too. So let the record show that it was passed by unanimous decision. Congratulations, Ashley. I believe it's your first bill to get passed.
Yep. Thank you, sir. And that is all I have for the council this week.
All right. And our newest council member, to go ahead and introduce yourself and introduce any bills you have working on or anything you're working on.
Royland Sicard, I do not have any bills to present at this time.
All right. Appreciate you. All right, moving on along. Mr. Boblin King.
All right, I have 4 things to present today.
4 things. All right. Let's get
quick
through.
question.
Yep.
Is Billy Falcon still on the thing?
Yes, he's still sitting on the council. He's just
Okay,
absent.
right, yeah. 4 things then. 4 things.
Yeah. Whether or not we bring up that issue again because he's not here, we'll have to decide. But just go down your list and we'll work through it.
Okay. I have the People of Sovereignty Act, the POS, that will help with petition signing for civilians to allow them to get easier access to contacting the federal government and trying to improve the community. I have the Paralegal Act of 1985, which was going to be advocating for raised wages for paralegals. However, that already happened, so it's been slightly reviewed and changed to try and prepare for the upcoming pilot license school thing. I also have the Stop and Go Act of 1985, and then the impeachment papers that were mentioned last week and tabled.
All right, let's start with the first one.
Very well. The People of Sovereignty Act, the POS of 1985, is trying to get the allowance of individuals to present or unsigned or unprepared petition to City Council. The City Council, if they choose, may support or endorse certain petitions at their own discretion. Endorsed petitions will then be posted or provided somewhere in City Hall where individuals can add their signatures to the petitions at their discretion. This way, the people and City Council can work together as a community to rally support for ideas and petitions that the Council deems worthy of both support and merit, giving a way for civilians that struggle with getting signatures support so that they can present a City Council endorsed petition to the federal government. This way, the City Council has a hand in showing their support of civilian activity and requests to the feds. This will strengthen the ability for civilians to be heard, to support each other, and perhaps have more impact when presented to the federal government.
All right. Does anyone on the council have any questions about this act?
Yeah, I got one.
Yes?
Okay. So what stops a citizen from coming to you or any council member specifically to get an act raised on, basically, so we can vote on it directly, as opposed to having them go through petitions?
And nothing stops that at all. But this way, if a individual or civilian in the city does not have access to a council member or is unable to reach them or unable to come to an agreement, they could present it to us as a whole, as a unified council, and then together we can deem if we wish to endorse the petition or not, to then place it in City Hall so that it can be signed by people should they choose to when they come here as a way to rally support.
Oh, that clarifies everything. I love that. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Perfect.
I think my only question on this, Mr. King, would be how do we determine which ones are worthy of support and merit?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
my
was
question
assuming
Is
too.
there
that
going to be
it would be
some
put
sort of
to.
requirements, or
I would assume it would be put to a vote amongst all council members, and if all council members agree upon it having merit, then it would be deemed supported by city council.
I just wonder if there should be some minimum requirements, just so we don't end up with a situation where city council is effectively approving or vetoing things, and people might get upset if the council doesn't support it because they think that their idea is
Sorry, one
fantastic.
sec. There's a lot of noise outside.
God damn it!
Yeah,
Goblin.
people, faulty infrastructure again.
Yeah, what the hell, Mayor?
I can hear you
I
now.
don't need to raise some taxes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody presents something and the council shoots it down, they're gonna feel a little distraught about it, and it might just be that, quite frankly, the idea is just not well fleshed out enough.
Well, perhaps then they can advise them on why we've denied it, and they can try to improve their ideology before presenting it again or giving it to the public.
Okay.
My question's kind of in line with that. So this would this negate the actual official vote that one bill or act that is presented to the council
So, do you
would
mean
get?
once they have a signed petition? Are you saying it would negate that?
Yeah, I'm asking if
Okay.
if that would negate the votes later that would be required
no.
for the bill.
Completely different.
All right.
This is just to decide as a council if we choose to endorse a petition to help it get support from civilians in the city. It would
Okay.
then obviously have to be presented once it gets the quantifiable 65 votes in POs. This
Okay.
is a completely separate thing just to help people get their petition signed and help support good ideas in the community.
Okay. All right.
I have a point of
Just to help them
clarification.
Get
Go ahead.
across the finish line, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, Mr. Caputo.
Would it require unanimous approval, so unanimous vote for it to be approved, or is it a simple majority?
I think simple majority would make sense to me.
Okay. Any other questions from the council?
Would we be like we need a majority, right? Would this be during typical city council meetings, or would this be kind of like a special get together to talk about these petitions?
I was
When-
assuming this would be during council meetings. We could throw it into the end when we give a forum to the people. If they have a petition they'd like to rally support from the council from, they could present it at that time.
Gotcha.
All right. All right.
Kind of similar to what we were already doing, just with a little bit more tape to try and help assist the civilians.
All right. Any more questions from the council before I turn it over to the public? No. All right. Any questions from the public on the bill that Mr. Baba King is presenting? Please come up to the podium and state your name and your question. You can line up behind the podium as well. You don't need to wait. All right, sir.
Hello, civilian.
Hi, my name's Niall.
Pleasure to meet
Hello,
you.
Niall.
I have a question. What's to stop council members from taking bribes to endorse a petition?
Well, we have checks and balances in it that we could vote a council member vote of no confidence.
Yes, if a council member was found to be doing that, I'm certain that we would immediately vote of no confidence them and remove them from the council.
Yep.
What'd you say?
I said so found.
I don't understand, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any
Thank
other
you.
questions? No? All right. So I move the question to the council. Do council members feel like they have enough information to set this for a vote?
Yeah, we can vote.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. All right, so let's move this to vote. Voting on Boblin's, what was the abbreviation for the bill?
It was the POS, People of Sovereignty.
The POS Act.
Yes.
All right, all those in favor of the POS Act, please raise your hand. All right, I am voting for it, so let the record show unanimous decision to vote in your act. Congratulations, Boblin.
It's better than the other name. that you gave it.
Beautiful.
What was the other
Beautiful.
name?
Agreed.
Formerly known as WAP. W-A-P.
WAP bill. Okay, yeah,
Oh.
interesting. All right,
Yes, it's been
moving.
changed. These were Caputo's requirements.
All right. Your next
Nobody
bill.
couldn't have had good conscience voted for that one.
Yeah, no. That was a good call.
All right, next one. Let's do the Stop and Go Act of 1985. I think this one's very important. Due to the fact that the traffic lights are poorly designed in Los Santos, having to wait for traffic lights to turn green is only punishing to law-abiding citizens for following the law. The vast majority of traffic infrastructure is faulty and poorly maintained, which could potentially present danger and bad traffic jams, which it has historically in the past. As most people have probably noticed, at most intersections you'll find that both sides of the traffic lights are red and no cars are going, wasting everyone's time and punishing the law-abiding citizens due to poor engineering. The bill will amend the law from having to wait until the traffic light turns green to having to only for a minimum of 5 seconds, look both ways to ensure there's no oncoming traffic, and then proceed. Basically turning red lights to stop signs to a degree. If your light is green, you don't have to stop. If your light is red, you only need to stop for 5 seconds, check that there is no oncoming traffic to a reasonable degree, and give right of way to anyone with a green light, then proceed. This will clear up traffic jams, ultimately make the street safer, and reward law-abiding citizens for their patience and virtue.
All right. I'm going to open the floor up to the people with this one first. Does anyone in the audience have any questions about this Stop and Go Act of 1985? Please come up to the podium if you have any questions. All right, ma'am.
Hello. I'm just wondering, how would this probably proceed in terms of like law and like police monitoring this? Because it could come down to like interpretation of how long someone might be proceeding. Someone's waiting there.
Well, unfortunately, ma'am, some police already do an interpretation of that. I've been told by various officers that if they see me stop at a red light and then continue, they won't give me a ticket. And I've had other police officers tell me if I do that, they'll still give me a ticket. So this would attempt to alleviate this individual questionality between police officers and make it a standard for the civilians of Los Santos. As to what you say, which is a good point, I think that reasonably a police officer shouldn't have to or be able to stop someone as long as the person is treating it like a stop sign.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. You're a pillar of the community.
All right, sir.
So I was wondering,
Yes, sir.
who would be held liable if there is any traffic accidents once this act to be brought in? Will that be City Hall or?
City Hall be liable? Yeah. What do you mean?
mean,
I
if
think
you-
that
if
just
you-
like any traffic infraction, it would be the individuals in the traffic situation, because you would at a stop sign be held liable for hitting a car anyway. So it's the same rules that would apply here.
You mind yelling there,
Yeah,
everybody?
can you speak up a little bit, sir?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, say it with your
Let-
chest.
Let's say, let's say that, like, there's an accident, and
Yes.
it's really bad. Like, someone died. Vehicular manslaughter, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
And it was because of these, these rules. What would happen next?
Well, let me ask you this. If vehicular manslaughter occurred at a regular stop sign where you have to stop, look both ways, and give right of way to an individual that has the right to go and continue, who would be held responsible? It would be the individuals in the accident that caused the accident. I don't see how this would be any different than that.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Yes.
Very well, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure,
my
good.
name is,
Hello, Mr. Muhammad. Yes, it's
yeah, my
wonderful
name
to
is
see you.
Mohammed. I'm a firefighter. I just wanted to commend you, Mr. Bublin, for this genius act. Honestly, very well worded. I love it.
Oh, thank
I
you
wonder
so
how
much.
you came up with it. Honestly,
Yes,
I'm
it's
very
original.
surprised.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. Yeah, keep up the good work.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much. And if this doesn't go
Yeah.
through, then maybe it wasn't my idea. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Anyone else? Nope. I move the questions to the council.
Do we have any police officers in the audience today?
We just had one that came up.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Niall.
Hi, Niall.
Can you tell me the statistics for car crashes at a stop sign versus a red light?
I don't have that, but I'm sure I could look that up for you.
Wouldn't that be a big factor to take into consideration before you consider this?
I think it could be, but I don't see how.
Hey,
Let me
T.
ask you this: how many car crashes
Are
do
you
see
here?
in this city of Los Santos consistently because of stop signs? Have you ever seen one?
Yeah.
I have not. Have you?
Yeah.
When both parties were stopping legally at a
Nope. I
stop
thought. Oh, you left earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it would likely be just as common as it would be right now then. If you've seen a crash at a stop sign, if you've seen crashes at stop lights, this will also encourage individuals who just blaze through red lights to just give a couple seconds to stop so
mean
that
like-
they don't hurt anyone and
you mean like
continue
the
on.
police officers?
Sorry?
The police officers that all blaze through the lights? I don't think I've seen a cop stop once.
Well, are they? Are their
Well,
sirens
police
on?
officers that aren't using their sirens would have to stop, yes.
Yes.
Oh, they just flash their lights and going through.
Not feeling ignite at
I've
the
seen
moment.
police stop
So
various
logged
times,
off.
but
Nice.
that's not what this act is
I
about.
feel you
This-
too. I've been playing a lot of Red M, to be honest.
I think it depends on the situation. Where if
Yeah, I agree.
if cops are responding to a call, they'll drive through with lights on. Otherwise, they seem to stop normally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I've
Yeah.
seen that many times.
And if they don't have their sirens on, they should be stopping. And that's something
I
that you can
agree.
bring up to the chief or whoever the leading officer is on duty. Go ahead, ma'am. You have the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd just like to say I fully support this bill because I know personally there have been many occasions where I've come to an intersection of four-way stop with stoplights. However, for whatever reason, the stoplights appear to be on the ground or
Yes, faulty
blown away
infrastructure, ma'am.
entirely.
Yes.
Exactly. And it becomes extremely frustrating as a law abiding citizen because how am I supposed to responsibly determine if the light is
I'm
green?
gonna log on Unified
it
to see what's
becomes
going on
a
there,
very
but
frequent
the
domino effect,
update for the
especially in
server
high
is
traffic
tearing my
areas.
little
So I, for
laptop
one,
up.
especially
The
need
update for this server?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I appreciate your comments.
Boblin, if I can say something.
All right,
Of
yeah,
course,
back
Mr. Falco, go
back
ahead.
to the council members.
Thank you. So I like this bill, and I most likely will vote for it. I want to just propose a change to some of the wording,
Okay.
slightly. So because of the way that the traffic lights operate, in most jurisdictions around the country, it's what's known as an uncontrolled intersection. In an uncontrolled intersection, you treat it as, if it's a four-way intersection, it becomes four-way stop. Basically, it's as if there's no stop sign, or as if there's no traffic control device at all. The proposal here is essentially just solidifying that. I suggest that we can do more with less words, just by declaring that at uncontrolled intersections, the
stoplight should be treated as stop signs, perhaps.
Yes. And defining an uncontrolled intersection as as a situation where among other things, a situation where it's red in all directions.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's really just all I have to add there.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yes, I agree with that rewording.
Perfect.
All right. Any more questions from the council?
Have we checked to see if there will be any issues on the federal level regarding this?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
All right. Have
I
you talked?
believe,
Go
I
ahead,
believe
Billy.
that the judicial branch will be okay with it because it does line up with most law around the country.
Have we consulted with any of PD or any prosecutor that deals with the laws themselves, the statutes
No,
and
I
the penal
have
code?
not, but I'm happy to discuss that with them if we table it.
I'm not saying we need to table it. I'm just curious. Obviously you're gonna get support for this because legitimately it's an issue.
It's just a serious infrastructure problem. It's not trying to eliminate stop signs.
Nah,
It's simply
Unified, the
trying to
one
cause
Miss
them to be
Lady
treated more
run.
like stop. Or sorry,
Oh,
not
okay.
eliminate stop lights. More so, treat them like stop signs for the general state of mind of the civilians of Los Santos.
Mm-hmm. See. Okay. Any more council members have any questions on this? No? Do the council members feel they have enough information on this act to vote for the Stop and Go Act of 1985?
I believe I do, with the slight wording change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So given the verbiage change in the act, does the council feel like they have enough information to vote on this issue?
I do.
All right. All right. So let's go ahead and move it to vote. Those all in favor of the Stop and Go Act of 1985, please raise your hands. I have.
Nope, I'm not.
You're not voting for yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that you, Caputo? Your hand is down.
Correct.
So I have 5 votes for yes. And that would leave what? 3 votes for no. I'm torn on the issue myself. I'm gonna vote for it with the clause of we're gonna have to talk to the judiciary about this, just because we don't know what effects it'll have on the law itself. So it was is that 8-3?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let the record show the act passed on a vote of 8-3. Given the verbiage changes and a discussion with the judiciary. All right, moving forward.
Okay, I have 2 more.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, we got that. Keep moving.
Okay, let me get the next. Okay, the proposed, formerly known as Paralegal Act of 1985, this one has been revised because the paralegal stuff has already been passed with giving paralegals a raise. This more so addresses the upcoming airplane school stuff. In 1852, in Caraba, Spain, in 852 in Caraba, Spain, the Moorish man Armin Firmin attempted unsuccessfully to fly by jumping from a tower while wearing a large cloak. It was recorded that there was, I quote, there was enough air in the folds of his cloak to prevent great injury when he reached the ground. During the 1470s in Renaissance Italy, schematics for early parachutes were recorded and further developed by Leonardo da Vinci himself. Yet here in... Oh, I am. That's all very important, sir. Yet here in 1985, the great state of San Andreas has no such technologies to prevent death by gravity for citizens. This proposed bill is to provide a legal framework for locations
I gotta
where the
run.
use of
Got a
federally
PD
approved parachutes are available for licensed or
All right.
controlled purposes. This would enable those who pilot aircraft such as SAPD Air 1 or SAMS Angel 1 currently, or fixed-wing aircraft licensed pilots in the planned flight school that is coming up soon, an option for survivability and safety.
Okay. So just to clarify here, you're proposing that we have that a requirement for the flight school is to also have parachutes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
To bring them into the city just for the preparation of flight school to ensure the safety of pilots and for potential recreational use as applied by the mayor's office for the Parks and Recreation Department in conjunction with the Business Revenue Bureau for any enterprises that would allow parachutes with licensed operators.
All right. Well, let's bring this to the council first. Any questions from the council members?
I guess
You are the instructor, correct, Billy, of the flight school?
yes, I am going to be the one opening the flight school.
So why don't you go ahead and make comments on this
So
first?
I do have some questions about. Have you taken into consideration I guess, whether you want to mandate the parachutes or just make them available in the city, and further, who would bear the costs if the parachutes were mandated? I'm not against them. I'm just want to understand all the aspects.
Yes, good question. So it's not for personal ownership and use. I think that would be kind of dangerous and potentially cause issues. Instead, it is supposed to be bringing to the federal government and making a law that it should be mandated that companies are supplied with parachutes whenever they are involved with flighting business, etc., so that they can be used by those engaging in the service.
Whose responsibility will it be to have the parachute available? Would it be the pilot of the chartered plane? Would it be the company that the
I would
plane is
presume it
under?
would be the company that owns the planes that are
Probably the operator.
Yes.
So the pilot then? Billy?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by the operator?
No, the like the operating organization.
Yes.
Oh,
the
okay.
operating organization, yes.
And if there is, in the absence of an operating organization, i.e. like a private, I don't know, pilot that just wants to fly around,
I mean,
that carries passengers?
You can't force people to wear their seatbelt.
I mean,
well, no,
I mean,
you don't have
you
to wear
could.
them, but
I mean,
think
there could
they
be a
should
law.
Provided. Yeah, that's true. But I think that they should definitely be provided at least.
Yeah. And I'm not
Safety
saying it
purposes.
should be a law or shouldn't be. I'm just wondering who's going to be liable to have this available, right?
So who gets in trouble if it's not available?
Exactly.
Well, I would say it's being provided by the government to these organizations who are
who then make it available to the pilots and the people who are on
Yes.
board the aircraft.
Yes.
Okay,
You need
but
to have a parachute for every person.
Well, that's kind of where I'm going. That's the track I'm going down.
Yes.
Apologies to the council. There's been a issue that has arose and I need to attend to immediately.
All right. That's fine. You were dismissed.
Very well. Be safe, sweet prince.
So the issue, I mean, I don't really have a stance on this yet, but from the one hand, it's like, oh, Titanic didn't have enough lifeboat.
Well, this is very different. This is the difference between having no lifeboats and at least having lifeboats in the first
Right.
place.
So,
I do have a question on how you, because you did mention the BRB in there. What would our responsibility be for?
It's not specifically a responsibility. What it says is, in addition for specific recreational use, an application can be given to the mayor's office, specifically the Parks and Recreation Department in conjunction with the Business Bureau. So what that means is if a organization or company would like to request availability of parachutes to give to civilians for their business, they need to get that approved through the Parks and Recreation Office in conjunction with the Business Revenue Bureau, since it is a business addition allowing that business to have parachutes.
so you're like saying like a jump school or something like
Yes,
skydiving business.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
Precisely.
All right.
So that leads me to a follow up then. Like, let's say a person does come, they want to do a jump school, right? What do you expect the Bureau, when they're applying for this license, to scrutinize for? Like, are we supposed to confirm training? Are we supposed to confirm?
Well, I would say, oh, hey, it's us, the Vanilla Unicorn. Can we get parachutes? No, probably not. Hey, it's us, a flight school. Can we have parachutes in our business? Well, they're going to have an aircraft, which means that they should be supplied with parachutes for safety. So, yes.
What you're saying is just the Business Bureau just confirming that there's some sort of flight.
That there is a reason for it, and it's the business is not just trying to get parachutes for having parachutes, but for the safety application.
What if the Vanilla Unicorn were to open a flight school or a parachute?
Well, I guess in
Strippers.
that case, then they have added to their business, and therefore it's up to the Parks and Recreation and Bureau of Revenue Bureau to determine if that is a logical reason to be supplied with parachutes.
Okay.
Will we? Never
No, keep going. If you have a question, Billy.
All right. Will? Yeah. No. Never mind. Withdrawn.
Thank you.
Very well. Any more questions from the council before I turn over to the public? No. All right. Any questions on the current bill? Please come to the podium and state your name and your question.
Hello, my name is Mohammed.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. King. I have a few concerns with this bill, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm failing to see how. Actually, before I proceed, are you proposing? I want to make sure I understand correctly. Are you proposing mandating parachutes for flight students, or pilots, student pilots, or
I think that is up for debate right now. I think we're trying to get to the bottom of that.
The idea is more so to bring parachutes into the city in the first place and set laws that businesses that are involved in flight should at least be given the opportunity to have parachutes for safety reasons, because they're not currently available in the city.
Okay, when you say have parachutes for safety reasons, I mean if you're a skydiving school or jump school,
yes,
I think a parachute is pretty much essential. So it's not for a safety reason; it's more for like you can't do it without a parachute. So that really leaves the flight school, which, in my opinion, having a parachute for a student pilot is not a safety reason. It's the exact opposite. Actually, you're training them subconsciously to ditch their aircraft potentially over a civilian area or a heavily populated instead of teaching them to properly try to problem solve until the very end. I don't think we should be giving pilots the option to basically ditch their aircraft upon their first issue they face, and instead we should be really focusing more on promoting proper pre-flight inspections of the aircraft, analyzing the weather if possible, do some proper risk management,
Let me
so
ask
on
you
and so
this.
forth. But having a
would you
parachute is
allow?
not promoting safety.
May
Would
I
you not
ask you,
allow
sir?
seatbelts for training drivers
I don't see how that's relevant.
or
I mean,
airbags
like a
for
seat
training
that
drivers?
pops out when you're driving, that would be a more fair comparison.
Let me ask this:
Ask.
Are you going to be satisfied if a pilot has a malfunction or some sort of terrible event happens? I mean, flight is scary. It's a scary business. You never know what can go wrong. Planes are very intricate machines.
Right.
Let's say something happens to that machine and there is nothing that can be done to salvage that airplane, to be able to get it to land safely, that it is completely, engines are out, it is on fire, something drastic has happened, or there are passengers on the plane who lives will be at risk if the pilot does not properly land the plane. You're saying that you would rather there not be any air parachute devices there at all, which is going to guarantee their death, rather than there being parachutes there to support them as an option to try and help prevent their deaths.
That's correct. That's exactly what I'm proposing. Mr. King, when a pilot signs up for going out on a flight, they know exactly the risk that they're taking. I think, and this is my personal belief, it is the pilot's responsibility to ensure that to minimize the potential damage by ensuring that they continue to troubleshoot until the very last second. It is their responsibility to ensure that the aircraft does not hit a heavily populated city. I mean, what you're proposing is basically saying, well, the pilot can save himself, but then the aircraft can crash into PDM and then we lose like 10 more people.
Well, I would presume, like you said, that an
There's
intelligent.
a lot of considerations that go into flight. How to abandon an aircraft.
Hey, how you
and
doing,
a number
neighbor?
of other things that that go into pilot training.
How you doing today?
You could how to bail out of an aircraft without turning it into a missile.
Well, is it fair to make the assumption that part of your pilot classes in schools, Billy, would be training of, in an instance to that, to not have collateral damage during a plane mishaps that would require a pilot to use a parachute?
I mean, look, if you're gonna give them that lesson,
I'm
what I believe is,
Bonita.
under
How are
some
you?
sort of pressure
I'm
when
doing
the
all right.
engine isn't
Doing
operating
just
as
drinking and
necessary,
going through city council.
what are you gonna do if that pilot decides, okay, well, excuse my language, but fuck this, opens the door, jumps out of the airplane, and then maybe they're flying over south side of Vespucci.
Well,
and
I
then,
think then clearly that pilot, regardless of if there was parachutes or not, would be held responsible for that horrible decision.
well, if
Just
they, if they don't have a parachute, then they have no other option but to continue to at least steer the aircraft away from a heavily populated area.
well, if an
we
individual
are going to be screening. We are going to be screening people.
if an individual took it into their own hands to just jump out of an airplane over the city and crash the airplane into a bunch of buildings, I think that the parachute, they would have been capable of making such a terrible decision. The parachute gives them the option to take their life into their own hands and bail, hopefully over a safe location where the plane will not cause issues like the ocean, which we're heavily surrounded by. And it will save the life of that pilot. And because they had that second option, potentially alleviate the risk of them trying to land a crashing plane anywhere near the city and bail it into somewhere like the ocean because now they know they will survive.
Also, for the record, the students won't be allowed anywhere near the city until they're fully licensed.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. It's honestly being a student is irrelevant in my opinion. I think, in my personal opinion, the flight school should be heavily focusing on teaching how to do a proper pre-flight inspection and proper preparation for the flight instead of telling the pilot in case things go south and you give up, here's a parachute and screw everybody on the ground.
Hmm.
that's the way I'm looking at it. And regardless of whether a student or not, at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we're gonna always prioritize ourselves over others when it comes to life and death. That's just human nature.
I believe the firefighters here would disagree with that.
Well, I'm a firefighter myself, and I've been injured in the fire, not even a few days ago. But I understand what you're saying. But not everybody here is a firefighter or emergency services. Where anyway, I don't want to go too far off topic. I think what I'm trying to say is, giving the pilots an option.
I'm gonna vote
is
for
going to
people that have
result in more
parachutes.
casualties than lives saved, in my personal opinion. The pilots know the risk that they're signing up for when they decide to get into that airplane. And instead of giving them a bailout option, we should be teaching them, hey, learn how to make sure that the aircraft is safe to operate before you take it up in the air. And instead of telling them, okay, well, if anything happens, you can jump out now and you'll be fine.
Well,
I don't believe these are mutually exclusive. I think
Yeah.
both can happen
Can
at
we
the
do
same
both?
time. I think that through the pilot's schooling, they're going to be dealing with that very thing with pre-flight inspections, conditions of their
When to
aircraft,
bail, when
maintenance,
not to bail.
maintenance records, and all of that. I think where the disconnect is, it doesn't need to be either or. It could be both. Those things can still happen and still have a parachute, an egress route of out of a bad situation in an aircraft. Where
Yeah, no,
I
think,
would have.
taking
I
that
am
time.
happy that the Titanic at
where
least
do
had
people
the
vote again?
options to take.
City Hall.
And I think that
City
that's
Hall.
valuable for these aircrafters.
Yeah, which is fair enough. I think I've taken enough time on the podium. I know there are a few people behind me, but I appreciate your time. I just wanted to voice my concerns.
No,
And,
appreciate you.
If any terrible accidents happen, Mr. King, I will not be blaming you, and I'm not gonna say I told you so. Okay?
I can't wait.
Well, who
for
will
that
you
to
be
happen.
blaming
I
then?
will,
Who will you
Mr.
be
King.
blaming?
Okay, thank you for your time.
How you doing?
I have a problem with the wording in this. Looking at talking about the parachuting for airplanes and skydiving, but what
I can barely hear.
for instance, is like wacky races, which is hopefully have airplanes too. But what about if, for instance, someone wants to be using it for like my company for like base jumping?
Oh, well, that was included here. For recreational use is also included here. For businesses that are going to be using parachutes for recreational activities, which I think would be a great tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. My concern was just like the wording of like only being for playing.
Here, let me reread this one part. Oh, sorry, I got excited. Sorry about that.
I think they're realizing people
Okay.
that pros bills don't
Where is it?
realize
Let's
that
see.
they got to go through the public opinion codes.
In addition, for specific recreation use, an application to the mayor's office, specifically Parks and Recreation Department, in conjunction
Okay,
with
thank you.
Business
Hey, no
Revenue
problem.
Bureau,
Yeah, but I was
or
checking out your
any
streams. So I love watching your
enterprises
streams.
would allow use of parachutes with license.
How
operators.
is Sweden?
So you do not specifically have to have a plane. Base jumping, I would say, would be involved in that. Yep,
All right,
thank you
thank
for your
you.
question. Hello?
All right, you have the floor.
Hi, I'm Niall.
Yes, hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Just to clarify, so does that mean any commercial aircraft has to have everybody on board with a parachute?
That's not necessarily what
We
this
haven't.
act is about.
Yeah, we haven't got to that part yet.
The act is more about just
Actually,
getting
it's quite warm
parachutes
already.
in the city and making sure
Oh,
that
it's
they're
warm there, huh?
available for use
When
before
I was there,
flight schools
it
open.
was around this time of year. It was
You were trying to,
freezing cold.
you were basically, like you were saying earlier, that you were forcing them to use it.
No, I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. That's not what the bill is about. That's something we discussed, and it's something we'll probably discuss further. The bill itself is just to make sure that parachutes can be provided for the safety of civilians.
So just as an option then.
Yes.
Like 8 or 9 Celsius. That's like,
Hello, Mr. Rooster.
what is it? So it's warm for winter.
I
I think
can't
that's
hear you,
what's
sir.
like. Is it times 2 and add 30?
Yes, I can
Something
hear
like
you.
that.
Your-
So
Yes,
16.
your
So it's like
voice is
40 something
muffled in my
degrees. So
ears. Yep.
yep, we hear you, Lima Charlie.
One more.
It's in my
Lima
ears.
Charlie.
Try one more time.
One more.
Testing 1 2 3.
Yep, good, great.
Yep.
All right. So the one thing I did
Like
see,
I'm
this is
sweating.
actual question matter, and I don't know if a lot of people thought about this. The parachutes are for recreational activities. Is that what this act goes down to?
No, it goes
No.
down to getting parachutes in the first place for both safety and recreational use.
Can we also talk about that with the window washing? Would that be included? I've known myself has slipped off that guardrail. I know a few people have slipped off that guardrail. Would that be
Well,
something
that's
beneficial?
something that the bill is kind of trying to address, is safety
Interesting.
about those sorts of situations.
But would there even be enough time for that parachute to open, considering you're...
I guess suppose that depends on where the window washing is taking place. If it's on like a 20 billion story building, it perhaps.
Mm.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure, thinking about the safety of all the citizens.
Yep, same. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it seems to me like a lanyard would make more sense. Tie them to the...
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
to the crane instead of...
Yeah, maybe we should get lanyards.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
Hello.
I don't think it's enough time. Window watching. I know, I heard that too.
Providing these parachutes, would they come standard equipped in the aircraft themselves, or
the plan was to provide them to
for other cities at least,
and companies that have flight. And
definitely available to school.
Yes. So available to be provided to individuals by the school and by
See, people don't realize this, but majority of this work is logistics, like figuring out how to do this.
Right. My question still stands though. How would these businesses go about distributing parachutes to those who might need them?
Well, they would have them, and they could give them to individuals that require them during the activities. So they'd have them stored somewhere and can provide them.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question.
Yeah, and I think it falls back to what Billy, and you were saying, Bob, about the onus of who would be responsible for that, right? The operator would be responsible for containing enough parachutes in said storage for, let's say, its class of jumpers, something like that. Okay. All right. Any more questions from the public concerning this? No. All right. Back to the council. Out of the council, I don't know if I've asked you guys already. Do you have any questions on this before we move this to see if we can vote on it? Any more questions from the council?
I mean, just for last moment of clarification, because I know everyone's a little confused. This is just about procurement, right? We're just trying to...
sir.
Yes, just distribution, not about...
Specifically distribution and procurement.
Love that. Okay.
Yep.
This isn't addressing any further issues. It's just to get the ball rolling.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
for safety purposes.
And due to the conversation we've had with the public and the council, we'll definitely need to iron that out further.
I agree.
All right.
Yes, hello, sir.
Seems there's another round of questions.
Yep, hello.
Yeah, before, sir.
I had one question for Mr. Bobbin.
Yeah, go ahead.
What year did that happen to Abbas Infernum? Furnace?
Let me check my notes here. Sorry.
And he's twisted.
Was it 852? Was that sorry?
Are you talking about
Twisted T's are pretty good.
Furman?
Abbas Ib Furnace?
Abbas and Furnace?
Armin Furman is the individual in 852 in Coroba, Spain, who I spoke about. Yep, no problem.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Cleo Sinclair, woman of many hats. I actually wanted to inquire about a bill that was proposed at last week's city council meeting for, I believe it was specifically for the BRB, regarding regulating and oversight over shop prices, specifically targeting pawn shop prices on repair kits. I was wondering if there's been any movement on that front.
We'll address that after we get through these votes. We'll open the floor and we'll discuss more of what past meetings were about.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
Just want to know when the auction is, because If I have to listen to any more talk about planes, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Yeah, you got a while
Well,
to
if you're
go.
gonna shoot yourself, make sure you shoot yourself outside of City Hall, but it'll be
Yeah, you
after.
shouldn't have a gun on you right now.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a gun. All right.
Just saying.
Yeah, it'll be after City Council. There'll be a auction. All right, moving the questions back to the council. Any questions on this bill? All right, so just to be clear, this is just about the distribution and procurement of the parachutes, not the distribution and requirements for schooling and said businesses said after. All right, does the council feel like they have enough information to vote on this procurement act?
Yes.
All right, let's go move it. Go ahead and move it to vote.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, those all in favor of the act, raise your hand. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 in favor. I'm gonna vote for it as well. So 8, and then I see is that 8-1. Ashley, you were voting nay.
Yeah.
All right, let the record show it passes with the vote of 8-1. Congratulations, Boblin. You have one more. Is that correct?
Yes, one more.
All right.
Okay, the last one. Last one was the tabled vote of no confidence for Billy Falco.
Okay. Let's hold on to this table that for the end of the voting for the rest of the council members, and then we'll discuss that because that's going to be a discussion amongst us.
Very well.
So only temporarily tabling that till we're done with the rest of the council members.
Captain.
All right. Mr. Winters, do you have any bills or you want to speak about your works, and congratulations on being seated again.
Thank you. No, I don't have anything to present tonight.
All right. And our newest, one of our newest council women, Doctor, do you have anything? All right. Well, congratulations. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Rossetti.
Oh, yeah. How you doing? No, I don't have anything besides a headache.
All right. Well, hopefully that gets a little better. Get some aspirin, it'll be good.
Try to help that out. Just get a parachute. I think that'll clear it up.
I agree.
Yep.
They should, yeah.
All right. So let's go back to the tabled topic of Billy Falco's vote of no confidence or impeachment. Boblin, do you want to state your case again for the public?
All right. Yep, sure. Let me go ahead and reread.
How was it?
Impeachment request and vote of no confidence for Billy Falco. Billy Falco called an illegal meeting, wasting ample amounts of public and government resources for his own attempted nefarious gains. Billy Falco has time and time again proven that he's not actually the voice of small business that he claims to be by leaving them out of his own lawmaking decisions. Billy Falco has raised an idea for a very dangerous militia and a variety of other harmful ideas that were never in the best interest for the city. Because of this blatant law breaking, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, his radical ideology and his interest in himself rather than the city, I called for impeachment and vote of no confidence.
For the record, we actually did start a small business council. Keep an eye out for posters. They should be.
No, do you want to rebut that? Do you have comments on that, Billy? I mean, I know you're making a comment now, but you'll make an official comment on it.
We did actually, I did actually offer some rebuttal last week, but however, I will simply add that, I feel that this isn't really appropriate, and Bob, I tried to speak with you this week, but we weren't able to connect before this meeting. Yeah, I mean, I stand by what I said in terms of I do keep small businesses at the heart of what I do. In speaking with people, I did find I did hear that the perception of of the meeting that I called could have been seen as self-serving, even though it wasn't. Perception is important. So I have certainly kept that in mind, and will ensure perception is better guides my actions as well. And I apologize.
Very well. Does any of the council members have any comments on the impeachment or vote of no confidence of Mr. Falco?
I just have one statement briefly. Yes, it sounds like Mr. Falco had his heart possibly in the right place. He just went about it in a very ham-fisted manner. So I will be voting not to impeach.
What is this council that you said that you've put together? This small business council?
It's an independent, non-government body that literally will just get together and talk about issues with small businesses. The first meeting is going to have speakers from the Business Revenue Bureau.
What does censured mean? Does censured mean you can't talk? What does censured mean?
And by the way, actually, we're volunteering you guys for that. And yeah, the goal is essentially to give the small businesses a voice, and then that voice can then have lobbying power essentially.
I'm going to move the questions to the public before I make my statement on it, and then we'll move forward with however we decided to deal with this. So I'm going to open it up to the public. For those that do know about this or don't, and you want to make a comment on this, go ahead, bring it up to the podium.
Hey, how you guys doing? Abdullah Washington, owner
Hello,
operator
Mr. Abdullah.
of Wildcard Gym, as well as San Andreas Championship Wrestling. How you guys doing today?
All right.
Great now that you're here, sir.
I hear that all the time. Anyways, so my concern for me personally is I would like to see some sort of legislation passed for business owners to stand on their business and protect themselves from no good doers, misfits, bad people who constantly come in and cause harm to business owners and those people around them. I don't know if you have heard, but my gym has been a target of a number of individual attacks, such as stabbings, shootings, ransacking, stealing money from the drawer, stealing my fucking wrestling tapes. Who steals another fucking man's wrestling fucking tapes? A man that don't believe that. Sorry,
That's good content.
myself here.
Hmm.
My point is, the times where I have chosen to defend myself, where I thought my life was being threatened, where I thought my business was being threatened, I was the one who ended up in cuffs. And it seems like only criminals have recourse for these types of situations. So I want to know, what can you do for the business owners to ensure that we are able to protect ourselves from danger?
I believe the answer to that is a robust shopkeeper's privilege law, which allows shopkeepers ample leeway to protect their businesses and have in time for law enforcement to arrive.
Assalamu alaikum.
And to do and I think that may be a good approach. We'll have to talk it out a bit, because shopkeeper's privilege can be a little controversial, but I think that may be.
He is eating at the same time. Yeah, he totally is.
I simply believe if I feel like my danger or my employee's life is in danger, I should be able to neutralize the threat in that moment.
I don't have the Constitution on me right now, but I do remember that
does not allow the defense of property.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, property does not apply for deadly force. That's correct. But if your life is in danger, that's a different.
No,
but
yeah, I agree. I
so
should be able to meet at that level. If deadly force or the presentation of such is being thrusted towards me, I should be able to escalate or bring myself up to that level. Otherwise, I'm going to be the one who's taking a fucking shotgun shell in the back of the sternum.
Well, that's just what we're getting at. Is if you feel like your life is in danger, you have every right to defend yourself. It is that if it's just against property, someone is stealing property, you're not allowed to use deadly force for that. And that's what Billy was pointing to in the Constitution, which I don't have on me, but I do remember that stipulation.
Okay,
So my thought is, if we do this this ownership, the shop ownership act, it would have to be written in such a way that liability would not fall on the shop owner for protecting its property. But currently, as it stands, the Constitution does not account for that. Or it accounts for it, but does not give you leniency when using deadly force.
How about situations where I'm not using deadly force, but situation leads to another, and potentially that person passes away?
So, Mr. Duval, what you're discussing here is a very important topic.
This is
and
a different issue than what was
yeah,
brought up, I believe.
Correct.
However, as Mr. Bobman points out, yeah, this is a different issue. We will be more than happy to discuss this with you after we handle the matter at hand.
Yeah, we'll open what we'll do is open the floor back up for it. But as it stands right now, we'd have to answer your question in a short manner. There would have to be an amendment to the Constitution, or amendment to the Penal Code that would allow for a castle doctrine to include property. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. No further questions.
I appreciate you.
Getting back to the topic at hand, Mr. Falco, I had a few questions for you. Madeline Middleton, of course, BRB. So with this business, small business thing that you're creating here, when did you intend to tell the business bureau that you were inviting them to telling them, that they're gonna be hosting this meeting of yours?
At this meeting.
Okay, should you not have waited to put that on your poster of advertising to speak with us personally?
Perhaps. And it's
Okay.
something I'll take under advisement.
Fantastic. Second thing, should you not put a date on your poster for when these things are happening so people can better sort themselves instead of, hey, contact this PO with no other context?
Can I go in?
I will certainly take it under advisement.
Yeah, you should. Okay, thank you.
Jesus. All right. Anyone else?
Mr. Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, it's once again, since it's off the subject, I'm going to not make a comment, but after you've gone through everything, I'm on the Business Association Business Council.
All right. All right. So back to the issue at hand. So my personal opinion is, while it was incorrect of you to call a emergency meeting within 24 hours, I definitely support censuring for that and make an official statement saying that all emergency meetings need to carry the same guidelines, and maybe we even need to be more explicit about those guidelines of 24 hours to call in all the council members for that. So I do support that part of the impeachment / vote of no confidence. I will piggyback off of Councilmember Williams' statement saying that while the procedures were not followed to a T, which should garner some type of stern punishment to, I think Billy's heart was in the right spot. Just procedurally, it was out of place. So with that, I would be behind putting a motion to censure, but not a motion for a vote of no confidence.
I would argue that if one's heart is in the right place consistently, though what comes from your heart being in the right place is not positive, that perhaps there is a disconnection between
Really?
where the heart is and where the logic stands. I wouldn't say that having your heart in the right place is a automatic white flag to be given freedom from one's own actions.
Oh, I completely concur, and I'm also combining this with his actions. Whether he should have added, as Miss Madeline Middleton said, the proper communication on the flyer.
I also agree that what Mrs. Middleton brings up is a continued example of further reciprocation of what the issue is in the first place, which has been perpetuated into this week, not even previous accounts.
All right, that's fair.
So this issue, I believe, is continuing. based off of what Mrs. Middleton has said. And the fact that my fellow counselor, Mr. Williams, had absolutely no idea about what he was talking about here a moment ago, which was the issue at that previous illegal meeting as well.
So
Mr. King is correct.
yeah. If you guys are having sidebar conversations, please exit while we have this conversation so everybody else can hear. All right. Do you have something to say there, Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, the Robert Danob, deputy mayor and businessman. Mr. Boblin, I feel like the only reason I'm speaking now is because I can add some context to this entire thing. At the last council meeting, Mr. Falco made a mention that he would like to start a business council, which I immediately jumped on because I am 100% behind it. I want all the businesses in the city to flourish, including mine. So I talked to him and offered him my vacant building for use as a meeting place, so we can facilitate this. Our vision, even though not specified on the flyer, is much more wide-ranging than just legislative clout. It's more along the lines also of not only helping businesses in general, but helping businesses individually with individual problems they might be having with their business. Working together as a team to make all the businesses successful. I talked to Dale about this, which is why Mr. Falco probably assumed that the Business Bureau would be involved. And what I put to Dale was that the business community kind of sees the Business Bureau as an adversary. And Dale actually talked to me and told me exactly what the original aim of the Business Bureau and how they wanted to use the Business Bureau to help the businesses. And I said to Dale, I said, well, this is a perfect way for you to come and tell all the businesses exactly what you told me and how the Business Bureau can help the businesses. And he said, I'd be there. He'd be there. So I said that to Mr. Falco. So he probably assumed that the Business Bureau was automatically on board with that.
If Mr. Falco is on a business council, wouldn't that be a potential conflict of interest for being on city council?
Not at all.
He's a business
Not currently. Yeah, not necessarily. I have to beg the question: why wasn't this brought to my attention?
That's another issue.
What, a business association?
I know we had talked about it, but
it's a
like
private entity,
no, but I'm talking to the deputy mayor now. Deputy mayor worked with you, correct?
Yeah, honestly, like I said, I was looking at it from my business angle. I didn't think this was a city hall issue.
Well, I think
Well, I
that
mean,
this
it
idea...
is.
Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
No, I mean, obviously it spilled into City Hall. Here we are discussing it at City Hall meeting.
This is part of the problem. Well, I believe that Mr. Falco has wonderful intentions. I think that previous bills that he has attempted to pass, and this as another example of what was a previous example 2 weeks ago, makes me concerned for his
I'm trying
ability
to
to
save him.
serve the people, which is the purpose of every member of the city council.
I'd have to disagree with that. I mean, but my objectives have always been very clear, and small businesses have always been my focus.
Okay.
Words say one thing and actions say another. Is how
Mr.
I feel.
Braithwaite, before you speak, are you intending to rehash any of the things that were brought up in the last 2 meetings?
No, Dale Braithwaite, Assistant Director, Business Revenue Bureau. We've had 2 meetings so far regarding this, and I just wanted to point out, you would not expect someone to attend an event without knowing if they were available when that event is, or you wouldn't.
That's why there's no date on the poster.
Yes, and I think the point was raised about you would make contact. It just screams disorganization to myself.
Well, the question has to be asked.
Not relevant.
The question has to be asked: is his actions in good faith or in bad faith? Right? because we can sit here and say, well, there's mistakes made with, no time, no address. That's all logistical. What the crux of this whole discussion is if he's capable, is his mind in the right spot, is his intentions right? Those are the questions to the council, not necessarily if things were left out or people weren't talked to. And granted, I have to look at my own procedures and why I wasn't informed completely about the situation with
I think
the business and revenue division.
Continuous inconsistencies is an issue.
I agree.
Which is exactly what Mr. Falco was complaining about at his illegal emergency meeting that he's perpetuating himself.
And I agree, but was it done with ill intention, right? Because
does it matter if it was done?
I think it does. I think it does.
I think that to a degree, yes, but I
Yep.
think that if it's so consistent that it is causing a
I make a
detriment.
motion for a vote.
You want a motion for a vote? That's fine. You want a motion for what vote? The vote of no confidence or the vote of censure?
Just to end the debate and to just get down to business, because nobody here wants to listen to this anymore either. It's like the third meeting.
It has
So-
gone on quite some time, but
I
maybe
agree.
we should get a professional to assess Mr. Falco, because we're talking about intent.
Mr.
Whoa, wait, we're not. Wait, we're
As
not.
a government official or as an individual with a vendetta against.
Let's bring this back to the actual motion that was presented by the council member. All right. So, we want to move this to, because I just don't, because sending him off to go see somebody, to go talk to something, that's not what the question here is. The question is, do we have confidence in Billy
I
Falco
think this
as a
needs
council
to be
member?
put to an end. I agree.
So that's what we need to deal with.
Second for the vote.
All right, then a vote should be ordered. On the issue of a vote of no confidence for Billy Falco, those are all in favor of voting of no confidence. Please raise your hand. I see one vote for a vote of no confidence. All those say nay to the vote of no confidence, raise your hand.
Nay.
Bill, your vote doesn't count, but
The Constitution doesn't forbid it.
No,
it
that's
does. It does.
so
Look.
I have 3 votes for nay. I'm gonna sit this vote out because I don't even need to vote on this, but the motion of vote of no confidence has failed. I move to a vote of censure, to officially censure him for his actions. Does anyone second that motion? Second.
Yeah,
all right. So for the vote of censuring Billy officially for the 24-hour requirements for the meeting and said steps for, I don't know, advertising the bill or advertising the new bureau or the new group that you put together. All those in favor vote, raise your hand. 1, 2,
Just
3,
very
4.
quickly, if I may, the entity that was the business council is a private entity that shouldn't be relevant here. Just the calling of the less than 24 hours should be at topic for censure.
All right, noted. All right, so the vote for censorship has passed. I think it was 4 votes for yes, and then I vote as well. So the record show that Billy has been censored for his actions on the 24-hour meeting requirements, and the vote for no confidence has failed. I hope that we can move past this, and the procedures and requirements for the meeting will be planted in all of our heads, and then moving forward, Billy, I hope you will see what the council has presented to you as an issue.
I do.
All right. All right.
Can I? Stacey Ricky here. Is my mic
Mhm.
working?
One more time.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing.
Can you do it one more time, sir?
Testing 1 2 3.
Can you do it backward?
Testing.
We can hear you, sir.
All right. Quick question before all this is said and done.
Mm.
Falco, one question for you. Did you get any responses about the business?
I have not checked my mail yet. I just came right here from when I woke up.
All right.
Good to know.
All right. So, given that all the issues in front of the council are completed, I want to open up the floor to the people. If you guys have any comments on anything that you guys have questions on, including the discussions that we have currently, please feel free to come up to the podium and state your issues or complaints. And line up if you like. You don't have to wait. But all right, go ahead.
Hey, just something real quick here. Jesse Halliday. I'd like to address the speed limit signs don't really reflect the speed limits issued in the Constitution. This might have been addressed already earlier, a couple weeks back or something like that. But if we could update the speed limit signs on the sides of the road to reflect constitutional speed limits in certain areas like Blaine County and the city and the highway, that'd be real nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that comment. I'd have to take a look at it. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sweet Pea.
Hello. I brought up a problem. I'm bringing up a problem that I feel like to protect us, government workers and stuff
Hmm?
lately, because I feel like there should be a little
Excuse
bit
me.
more harsher punishment for, maybe criminals and stuff when, that hurting people, not even just government workers, but, civilians that are visiting certain, places like the hospital, the police stations, the city halls. Lately we got a lot of, criminals that are, just, going very, hurting a lot of us workers and stuff. So, I'm just wondering, if there's any chance we could get, maybe some, harsher punishments or something, because lately, like, a lot of hospital workers and stuff just are feeling unsafe about working, and, civilians are feeling unsafe in front of the hospital, after getting treated and stuff. I just wondered if there was anything maybe the council could think about doing this.
Yeah, it's definitely something the council could take up.
That's definitely something that I'm most definitely planning on addressing for sure.
All right. Doc, do you want to lead the charge on that with legislation and talking to the constituents about that?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Doc. All right. So the doctor will take a look at that and present something to the council in coming days or weeks. Appreciate your time. Did I make this shit run? Yes, ma'am.
I am a secretary over at WW Professional Security. I'm just piggybacking off of her concerns about security, as well as Abdullah, in requesting some sort of way to detain criminals, maybe zip tie something, to detain somebody. Obviously we don't want to hurt anyone, making sure that but we do need a way to detain someone if are acting up and we're waiting for police to come down, and we want to make sure that everyone's safe, but we don't want them to get away. That maybe something like zip ties or some sort of non-lethal way. I think it would make our job a lot more effective. I think it would make the job of the security working here and also at the hospitals. I think it would just make everyone a lot safer.
I completely concur. As someone that has been fighting for security, even in City Hall, to have the ability to detain, it is a very useful tool in the toolbox of people that were sworn to protect. And in your case, a private entity that is sworn to protect. Have you spoken to PD about this issue, the chief or?
I personally have not spoken to anyone. This was just something that I've been speaking to Wyatt about, and so we know that they don't. We're not going to be given handcuffs or nothing. So.
Normally, in this case, I would direct you to Mr. Caputo as the Attorney General, but he is not here right now. Do you have the AG's contact information?
We have not. I don't know if they've been contacted yet. This is just something that I thought would be nice to be brought to the city for not just our company, but also for, for City Hall security, for the security at the hospital, for private security, working at businesses that are not affiliated with us. Just in general.
Okay. Well, this is an issue that City Hall is currently involved in with its own security. PD. So what I'm going to do is I'll get your contact information, pass your information along with to the AG, and we can get better clarification on what we could do about this, if anything. That sound good? All right, thank you for your time, ma'am. All right, does anyone else have any more questions, statements, grievances? No? Does any council members have any other statements they'd like to make to the people?
Nope.
No? All right, considering it is getting late, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Auctions. Auction information.
Yep, auctions.
We're gonna talk about that.
All right, congratulations.
I don't know,
Congratulations.
give me 5 minutes for the love of God.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Doc.
I'll be around.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Yep, hope you enjoyed it. It'll be the start of many, many discussions here.
I'll
One more
Yes.
time.
All right, well,
I'm looking forward.
yeah, same here, same here. Don't forget to request access to the City Hall folders. And that way you can get into the city council meetings and
Really
all that.
appreciate that.
Sure. All right.
Perfect. Yes, I will get
Hey, Mr. Kahan.
All right. I appreciate you. And again, welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Yep, and congratulations.
Glad to be part of it. Hopefully, do something.
Yeah, yes. I think it's a little more involved than people really realize.
Oh, I think a lot of things are a little bit more involved than people realize.
I hear that. I hear that. Well, again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No, we got it all taken care of.
All right. How many properties are going up?
4. Should be 4.
4. All right. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. You guys probably starting pretty soon.
I broke most of my ribs and punctured my lung.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Hey, D Mayor.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna.
Hope you enjoyed the meeting. The meeting. It was quick. Oh my god, an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Usually only an hour. I'm gonna stay for the auction and stuff like that. Then let's see. All right, still council member Falco.
I'm glad you're doing better.
Feeling a lot better, but sent you a letter. I don't know if you got it. I was just asking if you might be able to do something for my business as a lawyer. Are you still practicing, or did you get out of
Yeah,
that?
I'm still practicing. Yeah, let me check my mail, and I will respond, and we'll actually, yeah, like if you could just summarize it in like, I don't know, 11 words or less.
Let me see. Need contract drafted for business purposes.
Easy. Okay. What do
And you
need
guys
done?
still doing services? Do you guys still serve documents?
Yeah, we're able to do that. Just one, obviously need the document, and two, the as much information you can provide about the individual that's being served.
All right. I'll talk to the bureau about it because they're gonna have some stuff to serve.
Yeah, I got you. The more information we have, the better. But otherwise, we can do all the work necessary.
All right, that sounds good. All right, thank you guys for coming in.
Just need your full name and your post.
Yes, of course.
Meetings are a waste of time.
Ooh, sorry, can you say that one more?
Yeah, my apologies. My name is Henry.
Kat,
And
I'll drive my bike to the PD.
I want to talk to Falco for a second.
Yes. Are we
All
gonna
right.
go to the pier after, or what are we gonna do?
So, can you send me? So either by
Alright,
postal or by government or by fax.
I will
Yeah,
pick up
I'm gonna go to the auction.
and see you there.
All right, City Hall council meeting's done this week. I need to write some legislation up. I've got 2 bills I need to write, and I've just been procrastinating on all of it. I think I've made enough changes in the city, like big changes, that I'm not keen on like getting a lot of legislation done.
Outside and talk to some of the individuals,
businesses down there.
Face to
Put on
face with
you guys,
everyone.
that's gonna be
So I think it would be good.
Jesus. Okay. Maybe right here. Is that just the way it is? No, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Mr. Caputo.
Oh, he's sitting in the back. What is going on?
You know, you never know when you're gonna need to bid on all this.
He's gonna take up
Oh,
the
you
whole
guys are
base
doing
yourself.
an auction.
Yeah. And the questions came up at the council meeting. It would have been good
Yeah,
to have
about
you
what?
there. Just about security and their rights on detainment and all of that stuff.
Are you
Within-
trespassing? You can be detained.
I know, but they're
You know what I mean?
saying like, well, we don't have a way to do it.
Yeah,
all
you know
this
where
other
I
stuff.
like it.
Oh, that you well, you'd have to talk to
no,
the
no,
feds
no,
for
no.
that.
Yeah.
The feds have made it very clear that you cannot have that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You and Maddie.
Okay,
and
fair
Max.
enough.
The pink
And
top
then the
with
Also, I think
bottoms.
I think a
Hi,
lot
Maddie.
of
She good people.
seem to think that
Good for her,
you know,
though, speaking
just
of
because you
Hollywood.
pass it, you can have it.
Damn. She got
You know.
spicy.
yeah, that's yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
why there's such a like a disconnect between.
Well, people don't realize that.
You know,
I'm used to your 40.
They're not thinking about that.
nobody's thinking.
Well, I am. I mean, most.
I know you are. Because you are logical and reasonable.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you
Um,
guys.
No, it's
huh?
a,
What?
Do you think maybe you could speak to her about the security because she's a secretary with them?
She's a secretary with who?
Wyatt Wilson's security company.
They're a private security company.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Well,
just more so the mayor than you, but because the mayor said he'd hire them.
okay, but they wouldn't have the same. They wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't have the
just
same.
want people here so when Lorenzo Capio shows up again, I don't have to hide on the 3rd floor in fear of my
I
life.
mean, you don't have to hide at all. That's a personal choice.
But to, I'll speak to her.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, the only one who got special permissions, if you will, was Ben.
Yeah. Well, Ben and
even-
any senior, right, or something like that.
Whatever it is, yeah. But whoever's just regular security got nothing. Like when I threw what's a place in the cell, I couldn't get one of the regular guys to do it. Like I think I went to Quinn and Boone. It was like, "Hey, friend," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can't. We don't have that ability." They were gonna do it too. They were all on board, but they couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I apologize that we had to run out. It was kind of an urgent situation.
Well, I kind of figured that when the AG, the justice, and a defense lawyer all run out of the building, I think that they're good.
Technically, I didn't need to be there, but I got to show off the new car that I got, so I don't care.
Not in my room.
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna ask you on the way. The engine's like inside the what
Yeah.
canopy.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
Magic.
I mean, you're not just suffocating instantly with how much air that engine's sucking in.
I don't know.
How does it not crap out after 4 seconds?
God, it's the spooky apartments.
Wizardry. There's a team of very complicated squirrels keeping it all together.
Logical.
Yeah. I don't know how cars work, but I mean that's how I see it.
I mean, they need air.
Is Falco still a council member, or was he?
Yes, the vote of no confidence did not pass.
No, I got, there's gonna be 2 in Mirror Park.
The vote of no confidence did not pass. The vote to censure did
how it
pass.
split?
Okay, good.
Only one voted. Only one voted to vote of no confidence. It was almost unanimous for the censorship vote.
Oh, I mean the censorship is That makes
That's
sense.
probably the more reasonable one.
That's kind of why
Yeah.
I proposed the censorship. I thought that made more logical sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have voted the exact same way.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, today was the first day we had the full council. I mean,
Was
granted,
that,
Billy was
uh,
kind
was
of,
that
Saying that, we saw-
paralegal
we saw-
nonsense?
We saw Johnny out there.
yeah.
So for the first time in the city's history, we had a full city council.
Yep. 100%.
Maybe not all at the same time, but they were there.
Yeah. Yeah. They kind of. Well, no. For a little bit, we had all of them.
What was that paralegal thing?
I'd have to reread it. He tied it in with another
Yeah,
thing.
confidence. Confidence is key.
I want to say the parachute.
Who does that even affect? You know what I mean? Like,
Federal issue, I think.
it's not even. Yeah, it's not only is it a federal issue, but it's a niche issue. It's only going to affect what 2 or 3 people
At best.
most. Like, we
2
don't really
right
have
now. Yeah.
Paralegals. Yeah.
And everybody got a pay raise,
But
anyways, across the board. So.
Yeah, the paralegal one originally was for pay raises. and
Yeah.
that's already been done. So.
Yeah.
It's already been dealt. So.
Yeah.
Kuda,
Yes.
are you free again?
Are you free to proxy
Sure.
vote? Because I'm gonna raise that price up so
Oh,
quick.
you need.
You
Oh, geez.
So quick. It's going. It's
You're
going.
such a
back in.
hater.
All I wanted was one apartment in a spot. You have 3.
All right, we got
Okay.
like 3 minutes. What you, tell me what.
Yeah, tell them what your max is so I can get to your max. How you doing, Vinny?
Like I said, it's a little bit bumpy right now.
Good talk.
Yeah, I also don't understand the 4-way stop thing.
So that was one I was like, you need to talk to Jish about this one.
It's not gonna
So
work. It's not gonna work.
yeah, people.
I mean, nobody treats it like a fucking. Nobody stops for those lights anyway.
Well, that's the other thing, right?
Like, no cop, no stop is literally the motto of the state. Like, I don't stop at fucking signs, but if I
Yeah.
see a cop, I'll slow down and stop. I don't mind.
Well,
That's an inconvenience of what, a couple of minutes at most.
yeah. I don't
Oh,
think
but
it.
if the light crumbles and then whatever, then obviously you treat it like a 4-way stop anyway.
Exactly.
That's literally driving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. I made the stipulation that, that it had to be talked to the judiciary, and we need to talk about what legal,
We got 1 apartment, Mirror Park.
the penal code, because
Mirror Park, and I'll go over their
Yeah.
specific locations in just a minute.
It wouldn't work because the law only applies to, citizens, not locals.
Mhm.
So you couldn't enforce that anyway.
And all starting
across the
prices will
board.
be at
Yeah.
2,000.
yeah, very true. Are you bidding on the auctions there?
Final as well, so
I got no goddamn money. I just
Jokes
blew
outside.
all my money on a car.
Oh, what car did you get?
$3 million.
I got the Stinger GT.
What the hell is that?
Oh boy,
Yeah,
my
well,
friend. It's a great
sure,
car.
you need
I
3
need,
mil, you'd have
I
that
need to
house.
look at it. You need to
Like
show it to me.
30 grand. It's fucking great, just stock. There's apparently an upgrade package for like 4,500 or whatever, but I don't have.
Is it parked here?
Yeah.
You want to show me?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go over
Absolutely.
it when we
It's
get to
great.
it.
I'm not. I mean, I'm just gonna raise
In the
up
same complex, they're just on different sides of the
Harmony's
road. I'll give
fucking
you
bids,
good
but
descriptors before
I
we
got
go
time
into
for
it.
that.
Okay.
Oh, you guys go first. Go ahead.
Yeah, these are only 4.
Coming in for the auction. Come on in. Water's warm.
All right. So since we're getting to it, yeah, we're gonna start talking about locations and all this fun stuff. We'll start with the
What prompted you to purchase a car?
I don't know. I got bored.
Got bored with all that money you laying in
I
bed
don't
with?
even have money. Do you know what I
rich
mean?
man, all this money.
Then I hung out with Val because I needed.
You and Val, huh?
Oh, there's so much I know that you do not know.
What about Val?
It's about life, But anyway, so I had to
About
borrow like
life?
3 grand.
What the fuck happened? I mean,
So
you
I had to
guys
borrow
know
3
what
grand.
comes first,
Also,
the
who
chicken or
fuck
the
put
egg?
these up? Who put these up?
Dormer did. Why?
Dormer, bill's not passed.
Why wouldn't it be fucking
Because,
constitutionally would
if
you
this
not
is
like?
supposed to be fighting the D word, we already have federal laws for that. We don't need this.
No, it's not really that. It's just accessibility.
No, no.
I mean, they just want to come to the courthouse. You know, go to your court cases, listen to the lawyers. So who are we to stop them?
We already have laws to fight that. So therefore,
All right. Well, just think of this as just being in compliance with those.
nope. There's no.
Do you not? Do you hate people that are in wheelchairs? They're Chief
I'm just
Justice.
saying, fucking Cletus never had a problem getting in here before.
Oh, I completely agree. I completely agree.
So,
But not everybody's
therefore,
as
it's unnecessary.
crafty. But not everybody's crafty as Cletus. Does prison have? Oh my God! Look at this thing. All right, Mr. Big Wig, Mr. Big. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
The fucking engine's in the fucking rear. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, this car is fucking great. The difference between this and the regular Stinger, fucking night and day.
Hmm.
And it's like it's $5,000 for the GT, and it's just like this thing is just fucking great. Handles beautifully.
$30,000, huh?
Yeah. Fucking worth it. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna take the highway. Tops out at I think at like 91, 92, but Benny says they have like an upgrade package for like 4,500, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I don't get any more money. So. I told Val, I was like, listen, I can just take the money. I can embezzle from the DOJ fund and pay you back.
Jesus Christ! I gave you $10,000. You're gonna embezzle it?
I put it in the DOJ thing.
All right, good. 'Cause I
God,
got another $10,000
fuck.
for you pretty soon here.
No, just you don't need shit. All
I
the
mean,
money
the
that's
lawyers
in there
get
is
bonuses,
essentially-
man.
They do, but that's generally coming out of expungement. Although fucking Royland is like cleaning up on those. My God, he's the only one who actually, I think. Well, I guess technically now he's the only one who fucking does any work. But
Yeah, I mean,
Neil Banner
Banner's
specifically, he never filed it. He's like, I don't need it. He was like, okay. So he chose not to do it, whereas Royland does do it. So he's cleaning up. Like I gave him, fuck, $5 or $6 recently.
Jesus Christ!
Because I'm paying it like weekly or whatever, and yeah, apparently I'm supposed to get that money back from PD, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, we need PD. The fines need to come to City Hall. They don't need to be going to fucking PD.
Oh, I agree. So I don't. This is where I don't understand the bonuses. Is what I'm saying. It's supposed to be paid by PD. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, be paid by you.
I don't. Yeah. So I don't charge. I haven't gone to PD and been like, hey, I heard you guys owe us money. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think that should be their responsibility. I think we should be the ones doing that. So I take it out of what we got from expungement fees and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just stock. It's going 93. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty nice. It rides nice too.
Super nice. I fucking love the shit out of this car.
Granted, I am with Caputo is to say, like your air intake technically would be sucking our air.
Technically.
But you know those Italians, you know.
Right. I got a trained team of fucking, I don't know what they are. They do something in there.
Yep.
So it's fine.
This is nice. This is nice. Well, I mean, I'd get a car like this. I'm just saving up for a sailboat, which I'm probably never going to get to use.
Yeah.
Which would make more sense to have a fucking...
I mean, I don't have any money now. I'm fucking beyond broke.
The sailboat is 60.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that unless I embezzled funds, which I don't plan on doing. So,
Yeah.
So it's
I mean,
fine.
PD does have like $500,000 in it.
I believe that wholeheartedly. But yeah, I was like, I kind of want a new car, and then I was like, That's
And then you're like, I want to impress Val.
I made her pick out the color.
When's the fucking wedding?
Because I was having a midlife crisis. I don't know.
When's the wedding?
There's no fucking. My God, I've already got to fight off fucking. What's the face anyway? I'm gonna
It's
have
a
that
nice
whole-
car. It's a nice car.
Whole fucking harem by the time I'm done.
There you go. Well, you know what they say, kings have harems, peasants have wives.
Fucking hate looking at these frames.
No, you know, get used to them.
No, should not.
Oh yeah.
You already have things to.
Even
fight
if you
against
don't pass the law, I'm still keeping them here.
God fucking damn it.
I mean, why wouldn't I want every patron in this great city to have access to City Hall and all of its greatness?
John.
She did a good job, though. You gotta admit.
No, they do. They look great. I'm gonna get rid of that scene. I don't know.
It was that you? I was like, did
No, I
Vinny?
didn't do it.
Oh, okay. It's like Vinny. It sounds like something Vinny would say.
I don't know how to get rid of this one specifically.
Nah, let's get rid of them both. Who cares? There you go.
But yeah.
I was like, it's got to be Chief Justice saying that shit.
No, I didn't.
Did you
I
win?
don't know how to make them look pretty like that.
No,
neither did I,
I
neither
bid
did I.
6,000 on the one at Mirror Park, but it's up to like 67 when I walked out. Like I said, I'm going to give it away to somebody who's new to the city anyway. But
Yeah, well, a way to raise the prices up, you know.
yeah,
More money for
Made
the
the
city.
money,
People
city's
love that.
money. Well, like I said, what I'm going to do is first person, once I buy it, the first person I meet that's new to the city, I'm going to give them the apartment with the stipulation they got to put on a sign outside the door saying this property purchased by Vagina.
Do you think they'd actually do that?
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
a
Also, why
marketing ploy.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no. It's just I'm not going to make them sign anything or anything. If they do it, then it's going to be funny, and I'm going to bring people by to show it. And if they don't do it, they don't do it. They're going to get the apartment anyway, but I'm not going to tell them if they don't do it, they don't do it.
Yeah.
Mostly like realtors do that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is the auction still going on?
Yeah, I think there's a office building that's left.
All right, I want to get Harmony's price through the roof. Did she already win?
No, they were still doing that. The apartment got to 67, and it was
Oh, okay.
the office building was the next one.
All right, I'm gonna head back in.
Uh,
Fuck.
Oh, I ain't trying to win nothing.
Buying nothing. Brokish.
All right, we're gonna try to get the price up a little bit.
Seven. $7,000 going once.
7,500.
7,500 to
Fuck,
the
motherfucker.
dark horse.
Caputo.
8,000.
$8,000 for the last office in that structure.
8,500.
8,500 to Caputo.
9.
9. 9,000 going once.
10,000.
$10,000.
You really that? Fucking idiot. You can have that. You can have it. He's that desperate for your point.
10,000 going once to Mr. Caputo. 10,000 going twice. Sold. Mr. Caputo, $10,000. All right, that is the auction that we have today. I'm hoping next week we're going to have some unique trailers, as odd as that sounds, out in Sandy, and there may be a unique property that'll be up for sale. Some of you may have seen the dinosaur gas station, or I think dinosaur diner, that's out near Sandy. We may be putting the only door available on that for sale, along with the trailer in the back. So anyway, I do appreciate all coming out here. If you have any questions or anything like that, but I need my winners to come up here, and we will start getting this all sorted out.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations to the winners.
When you're done, We should have a talk.
Oh.
No.
All right. So who do we got here? And then we got Kaput's back there. All right. So,
I think
so
the mayor's
So yeah, what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna go to the ATM. Dale's going to tell you how much, ask for people, how much you owe. You're gonna hand the money to him. Dale will get the money to the mayor, and then we will get your guys at your property.
All right.
Congratulations, Caputo.
Neighbors.
I was voting by proxy.
I know you're voting by proxy. I know that.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say now we can race finally. Right down Main Street there, at Mirror Park.
Yeah. No, there's your new neighbor right there.
So what's your plan, Harmony? To become the biggest slum lord in the city?
Oh my god, I'm not slumlord.
Landlady.
I take care of all these places.
I don't think you do.
Where the hell are you getting all this money from? I can't afford all these places.
I work hard.
She's also buying by proxy, getting you to buy by proxy. Proxy.
You're spending the money. You don't know
it's
that?
a fair thing. She's got to record all this shit.
And if need be, I might have a good trade.
Yeah.
Mirror Park for Gentry.
What is it called when the government takes over land? What is it called?
Are there or aren't there? You know? What? Expropriated?
Yeah, that's almost it.
Hyperbole.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, hyperbole doesn't.
I think the AG needs
communism.
No, eminent domain. I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, eminent domain. You can pull that shit and get a couple little hideouts for you.
Yeah, that tends to happen
Nah,
with
I'm just
Bob
fucking
though. I love how they go on with the hypothetical situation,
Chance.
and it's like, okay, hey,
Hey, Chan.
you can think of a hypothetical situation for almost
I think
any
you need to
situation,
speak with
any
them.
way
Is
you want to play
Stella
it.
here, right?
Say again?
Essentially, that's what lawyers do, right?
Miss Cookie, didn't you need to speak with him for a minute?
They requested to speak to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Getting
talk.
your-
About talk to the AG. Is he talking
It's
about
the handcuffs,
security?
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just brought up because this wasn't specifically just for WW security. It was also just in general for other people that are doing security. You know, like I don't even. I mean,
Okay, let me grab the justice and the AG, and we can talk about it.
No, with Dash and one there.
Oh,
All right,
The
Mr.
revolution.
Caputo. I am going to need to speak
This is like
with
I am
you,
not Caputo, and I'm not Ginger, but okay.
Mr. AG.
You need me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What I do?
And then Vinny.
That's good.
What I do?
Need to borrow you for a second.
Oh boy.
All right, we can step over here and have a discussion.
Going in circles here.
Yeah, but I just wanted to take us away from the heavy conversations.
Okay.
All right, so the Attorney General, Chief Justice. I'm sorry, ma'am. What was your name?
Same spot twice. Oh my god.
you know.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just bringing up in the meeting. So I'm a secretary for WW Professional Security, and then just I feel like during the meeting, two other people had brought up the issue of security. So Abdullah, he was talking about him defending his property, and talking about lethal force, which I don't think is necessarily necessary.
That is
especially
do a city council. That's
yeah.
That is a legal question.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And then I guess Kat was not Kat, the doctor, I don't know her name. She was bringing up, the fact that they feel unsafe, of course, at the hospital, and I just feel like it would make probably, everyone's lives a lot easier if security, both private security as well as people being hired by here could actually detain people in a way that would be effective.
This has been something that's been brought up before.
Okay.
By people that we have here, and it has been shot down every single time.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's been shot down because the way it would work is they would have to go through training with PD, and they can't train people for that. Apparently, they have said that
Can't they
specifically.
clear? I don't
They
know.
cannot. They cannot.
can't clear someone to do training.
No.
That's not part of
It's
PD.
Not at all.
No, a hoop I've gone through for months.
Yeah, yeah. We've
trying to
been
get
through
our
this.
own
Yeah.
City Hall
Yeah,
staff.
that's I don't know. It's a real shame, right? Because that means that
We're not in disagreement on that. It
Yeah.
is absolutely terrible, but they seem to want to gatekeep, as it were, who can do what in terms of detainments and whatnot. So
I mean, because what I mean when something happens, right? Like, how are we supposed to do our job and keep everyone safe if the person's not in cuffs? Like, I don't want to shoot nobody, or well, I'm not doing the shooting. I'm just secretary, but I don't want
no,
anyone
I
to get
get you. I
shot.
get
You
you.
know,
Yeah.
like we don't want people to get hurt.
We
So
we
it's
have
the
the same issue. We've even spoken to the feds about it, and it's nobody's budget.
Yeah, I managed to get like a pilot program in place for City Hall security, but even that was like pulling teeth, and it's pretty much dead now. And even then, the reticence behind it was severe.
Yeah, because I mean, nobody wants trigger happy security, but then what else are you supposed to do sometimes, right? When
From their point
things
of
start
view,
happening.
being able to cuff people or tackle them, it's a very powerful position to be in.
Oh, I know, I understand that. It's just
I personally hate tackling myself, but in using cuffs and detaining people, like that's logically would make sense. But
It should. You'd think it should, anyways. But I mean, you're welcome to try the same avenue going through the governor's office or the federal government. I would encourage you to be cautiously optimistic at all times if you want to try, and chances are it is going to fail. That's just my personal experience. I've been trying to get some put through since August, and consider
I mean,
my position and
okay, what if I don't know, we had like a petition or something, you know?
see,
Huh?
this is the thing with the petitions.
I think petitions are stupid, but I'm just like, if there's enough people
You
rally,
would think that they would trust our judgment, especially here, given the fact that we, are
all right, get me on the phone with the governor. You know what? I think
it's not the
I think
governor. It's
I'll
not
yell
the
at him.
governor. But there are a lot of feds who just don't see it the way we do, and even like I said, like I don't understand how they want to just keep the market on things when it's like this is going to be for a very tiny amount of people, right? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe they're also afraid. Let's say somebody has zip ties, not even cuffs, the zip ties. They can break technically, and they have those on them, and then they get robbed, right? And then suddenly somebody's running around with a pair of fucking zip ties. Maybe they're afraid that something's gonna happen. But life is like that sometimes. Shit happens.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, we all want the same thing, but
have access to pepper spray or anything like that?
No, we do not.
You might be able to get that far. I don't know how much that helps, but certainly a choice other than having to shoot somebody. Pepper spray can at least incapacitate briefly.
Yeah, but like once they're
Might be able to
incapacitated,
arrange that through PD.
yeah, like once they're incapacitated, what we're supposed to have them at gunpoint the entire time until the police show up?
Honestly, again, like the Chief Justice said, it's the same situation we have here. And if you
Yep.
consider the number of people that come to City Hall trying to start shit, it's been
Oh yeah, no,
it's
I
been
I
difficult.
oh,
It's been difficult.
I can't imagine here as well as the hospital. They have so many problems.
Yeah.
Bunch of loonies, at the hospital. Jesus Christ.
Oh, they come here too. Yep. They usually come here first, actually.
They come here first.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, we're gonna go to
Start
Pillbox.
shit here, then they go there.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
The number of shootings and stabbings, biker gang with 8 people running through here, guns drawn, looking to kill people, and still can't get it. Still can't
We're
get
gonna
it.
go kidnap the mayor.
oh yeah, yep.
I mean,
Kidnappings,
yeah.
we've had those. it's a difficult situation. So I mean,
Yeah.
you,
Well, if they know that you're
welcome
sitting
to
ducks, essentially, you know, they're like,
exactly.
you know, why not? I mean,
Told
I'll
you,
be
we should
perfectly honest.
rule this city from the second floor like the Pope. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
I
now we
think
can
I
lock
think
some this door
I
at
think we
least.
should have a secret
Right.
cabal of you know, we'll just rule the city, and we'll do what needs to get done, and that's it. Why do we need a vote on shit? Come on, we know better.
See,
Anyway,
that's how I feel. I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
I don't see the need for democracy.
it's not a dictatorship. It's you know, doing what's best and jumping all the hurdles. Uh, actually, for security, actually, I guess you guys don't really have anyone around. I put my gun away and everything. I knew the shtick, but then we just walked right in.
Yeah,
No one
today
fucking
was no
checked me.
security, so granted. I
Well,
mean, I was
yeah,
kind of
if I
worried
knew
about it.
that, I would have maybe like tried to get in contact with like someone from like my company at
Well,
least to like.
I've been instructing my office to get a hold of you guys for a week now. I believe Madeline might have reached out to you already. If not,
It wasn't to me. It was probably directly to Wyatt. I know
Okay.
for tomorrow they're gonna be. We have I think like at least like 4 or 5 security is gonna show up at the event for tomorrow.
Mhm.
But that's just for the event. So I don't know if that's like a you guys seeing how it goes or what. But
Yeah, essentially that's what we're doing. Actually, what I would
Yeah.
like you to do, if you could, is send over like a price sheet of what you guys have and all you guys' services.
price you okay.
Yeah.
I guess would it be for like daily or like I guess per hour? I'm not really sure how you guys will. I guess we'll figure out something. Send it over to
Yeah,
you guys.
just figure it out, send it over so I can take a look at it.
Yeah, appreciate.
City
All right.
Hall's a busy place, and there's a lot of people working here these days, so I need to keep them safe.
Yep,
One way or
100%.
the other. And I mean, we
100%.
operated our own. I mean, we still technically do, but it's been a race against attrition, as a lot of our better security end up working for PD.
Which I hear you guys don't have a problem with, right?
As far as what? As
As
far
far
as
as losing personnel to PD.
not yet. No. I mean, the
Okay.
people that we hired, because I don't have a problem. We hired one guy who hasn't shown up to anything yet, but he was tentatively looking to see if he was interested in PD, and we're willing to hire people that are PD. I don't know if PD has a problem with that, but like I don't know if they're
Imagine
allowed to
PD
have
not
two.
being in the PD circle jerk. How does that even work?
Oh my god, that's crazy. But like if
Never
if
happened.
they wanted to have like a little side gig, I don't have a problem fucking hiring a cop. It's not a problem as long as they realize that they can't they can't use the cuffs. Yeah, that's the question. If we just hire a PD privately, can they use the cuffs off duty?
They're hired privately? No.
It's probably liability
That'll be
issues.
a fast track to getting a federal warrant.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Now, if you hired them as police, that's different. But
Well, then I mean, then what would be the point of having private security?
oh, I agree. I'm with you.
And that has been part of our argument too.
Yeah, we would have had some PD here today, but they were dealing with some shit simultaneously. But it's the way she goes.
Hey, poor mama.
Difficult situation.
And
It
thanks
makes it
for the
just so
follow.
difficult to like do our job and just.
Oh, I listen. We're totally on board. We're on the same page.
Yeah, we're all on the
100%.
same page. We're all just an echo chamber complaining about it.
Like, there's a lot of things that like we're expected to do, but then there's a lot of things where we're like, hey, you know how great it would be if the feds got involved, and then just getting that done.
Know how great it would be if you just gave us this one thing, and it would change everything. Have you ever thought about that?
A lot of people don't want to give up control of the shiny toys. They don't want.
Yeah.
They don't want to share. And that happens a lot. Not
Well,
just.
you know what?
Not
Maybe
just stuff
maybe
like this,
the
but,
mother
like, other
needs to
things.
take away the toy then.
I mean, honestly, I tried the first step I did was I got buy-in from the previous mayor, Joy Daniels, and also the chief of police at that time, Joe Ferraro, to sign off on everything that we were looking to do for the security at City Hall. That seemed to get a little more traction. However, again, it's still stuck in the mud, as I said. but if you go that route, you might at least, I don't know, maybe get some headway. I don't know. So it's all I can offer. I haven't gone through the experience myself already.
Yeah, it's just, if you've already tried, like, I mean, we'll keep trying, I guess, but
Yeah.
becomes difficult, disheartening.
Yeah.
Who knows? Many hands make light work, and many voices can't be ignored. Who knows?
Well, I'm here now, and nobody wants a bitchy woman to get in the fucking face about it. So maybe it'll work.
This is 1985. Calm down. I'm kidding. It's a joke. But I could use a sandwich while you're in there.
Oh.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
No, I
Don't deport me, please.
You're gone. You're done.
Benito.
If that's
I
the
could only
case,
dream. I could only dream. My God.
It
You're
really
like,
go
please
down.
take me out of my misery.
But
first time.
that is true, actually.
Go on.
No, I was just going to say that in the interim of all this, we definitely looking to purchase your guys' services. So
Okay.
I'm interested in furthering this conversation. Unfortunately, we can't move this issue forward any more than I think the AG and City Hall has tried to do. Unfortunately.
Yeah, as far as having security on staff again, there's some logistical shit we need to deal with still. I'm hoping to get that dealt with tomorrow. Got a federal contractor coming in to fix some of the problems in this building, and then we can look at
Really?
look at what yeah, exactly. Get some of these locks fixed so that the mayor's office can get into the rooms that they need to get into.
Yeah.
You can't get into
Move some
certain
things
rooms.
I only have access to my office in the hallway here.
Yeah.
Stairwell, I should say.
And normally we'd hire
So, like,
security.
this room you don't have access to?
I do. It's one of the 2 doors I have access to.
There's a bunch of them.
Stalkers.
Keyed right.
That's why you should never have left me.
I'm
You
still.
could have had ultimate power.
Could have. Yeah, once we get those things fixed, we'll be in a better position to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, you'll see the guys at work tomorrow, and
Yeah,
we'll-
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, just send over a price sheet. I'll have my department take a look at it.
Okay, perfect. Can I get your PO?
Yeah, it's EX717. Or just mayor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just give it a mayo?
Oh,
Jeez, sound all
Wait,
fancy.
you have Mayor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens?
All
What happens
caps.
if you're no longer Mayor?
Well, I mean, yeah, then I won't
Just
get that.
pass another law to give himself more time.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. I'm gonna pass a law to give myself less time, actually. The Takesy Backsies Act of 1985.
No takesy backsies. Backsy takesies.
Perfect. Oh, sorry to be the bearer of bad news and dash any dreams, but that's.
Oh, that's what
You
we do.
dash my little dreams.
We are the
I
dream
can't believe
killers.
this.
Yeah, we're dream killers.
I hate this. What? Why do you
City
even
Halls.
talk to me? I'm so optimistic. Bring
Yeah,
bushy tail.
yeah.
Aw,
It's my
That's-
job
that's
to
what I like to
help
stamp
bring it
out.
down. Yep.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Our 2 chief exports is paperwork and sadness. So
that's literally City Hall. in a
And
nutshell.
we're out of paperwork
Completely
now,
on
so I'm not
brand.
sadness.
It's like we're the fun police. You know what I mean? That's what we are. Oh, you want to do something? Oh, that's cute. Here's the thing.
That's cute that you have an innovative idea that would bring so much things to the city. No, fuck you. Okay.
But welcome to Los Santos. You know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
No, but for real though, like, yeah, we've definitely brought this up several times, and they just don't see it as a priority, which logically makes no sense.
Yeah. And logistically makes no sense as well.
Like, if we're representative of the government, I mean them, not me so much. You would think that there would be some sort of security, give it out, but just to even get that any sort of semblance of that has just been a goddamn struggle.
It's rough.
It's not great. It's not great.
Not great. Not great. Not a good look. It's almost like you guys don't have any actual power.
You know, I was told that once, and
Are you
yet,
questioning my rigatoni pasta? Hold on. My
And
rigatoni
y-
pasta is full of
yeah.
marinara, and I
And-
just want
Oh,
you to know.
oh.
Oh my. So therefore, I have ultimate power. Because that
Okay,
is
well,
just
I
how it
make my
is.
own fucking pasta, so like, you know, I don't know. I'll be the judge of your pasta, okay?
But I'm the judge. That's what I do here.
well, outside of this great talk of fucking food, I would argue we've already made change, whether it be not logistical in a governmental way, but if you see City Hall today, and then you look at
Yeah,
City
yeah,
Hall
for
of the
sure,
past, we've already made change.
Okay, well, I've only been around for like a month, so I don't know.
Well, I'll give you a comparison. Take today's City Hall Council meeting,
Uh-huh.
and then what? 3 months ago, take everyone out of the room and no one even in there. That would be the council meeting before.
Today was the first day we had all 8 councilors and a mayor in the entire history of the city.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out. Jeez.
Yeah, actually, that's
Then
true.
you have
It did.
a 45-minute conversation about parachutes and strippers falling from parachutes.
Hey, it's city council. Anybody
Wait,
can
there
talk
were
about
strippers
anything.
involved? Now I'm on board.
Well,
Yes, I
you
think
know,
the shit.
but it's the public. I mean, they could bring anything up to the council, just like the council could bring up any issue they feel. So that's actually today was light work. It was a little bit longer than I would have expected, but considering
here
the
just for
questions.
auction. Come on.
Oh well, did you win anything?
I waited.
You did or didn't?
I did wait. I sat through the entire thing.
No, but did you win?
Oh, no. No.
Oh, that sucks. Well,
They-
maybe next
they,
time.
They
Next
went
time.
above the standard price for a fucking apartment in
Good. Oh, go good to a good cause.
Yeah, sometimes location drives the price up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, listen,
Yes,
I would
last
have
week.
paid really good money if there's an apartment in Mirror Park, same building, but it's the one above the Cool Beans. I've had my fucking eye on it since I moved here. Like,
I don't understand why Mirror Park's so sought after.
I don't know either.
don't
I've just always liked the area, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just always thought it was nice.
I live in an apartment. I live here.
Ain't that the truth? I have an apartment. I haven't slept in there in weeks.
I just bought an apartment last week for at the auction, actually. So
Oh, congrats.
thank you, thank you. I'm not good at finishing, so I was trying to have someone else do it for me, and then they started working on it, and I was happy. They even like redid the wallpaper and shit. You know, like I don't know. There's some guy who like built a bunch of fucking apartment buildings, and he put in this awful nautical themed wall everywhere. Disgusting. Anyway, I was wallpapering over it, or at least the guy was, and then he just up and left. Like I haven't seen him in like a week.
Oh, that sucks. What was his name by chance?
His name is Carmine.
Carmine.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know him, but he's just been gone for like a week, and I'm like, excuse me, you're supposed to do work on my apartment. Hello.
Well, hopefully you got some contracts in place and it's
No,
been
you know,
doing
it was
it.
the spit in the handshake sort of deal, but I didn't pay him yet, so you know.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. No skid off your back then.
Yeah. Free wallpaper.
Right.
Well, hopefully it all works out for you.
Yep. For me, I'm gonna pack it in.
I got to collect a bunch of money for the auctions this week.
It's been a fun night.
I
Where does that
too would
money
like
go?
to collect a bunch
What do you do with? What do you do with it?
hookers and blow.
If I'm lucky.
Can I come? Shit.
I mean, for the hookers or the blow?
Yeah, I've been trying to do this thing they do that I heard about in Japan where they eat sushi off of women. That's where
That sounds.
that's my
that sounds-
goal.
Unhygienic. That's unhygienic.
Are you really
but
thinking
I don't
about
know how I
eating
feel
them?
about
You're
that.
doing blow off
Excuse me,
of
just a second, I
strippers.
got
You
a
think about
legal
hygiene.
question.
Oh, hey,
I mean, but no, it goes towards social services. You know, I fund with the money I fund.
Oh, for like events and stuff like that.
Events, firefighters. I give money to the DOJ. Give money to Pillbox doesn't need it anymore because they have insurance. Give it to the college. You know, events and social services is basically what it goes towards.
All right, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah, that's it too.
Hopefully, small business loans at some point.
Yeah, at some point we gotta get a steady income stream to City Hall first to do that, but we definitely have the ability to
And then you guys
start
can go
doing that
crazy with the
now.
hookahs and blow. You gotta make it look like you're actually doing something for the city first before you start spending it.
I don't get anything.
Anyway, you guys have a good night. Want to
Yep.
get out of your hair?
You as well.
Yep, definitely send
I'll
that
get
over to
that-
me, and then we'll see you tomorrow, right?
I'm gonna try to be there just as like personnel, just kind of walking around, seeing what's going on. But
Mhm.
you'll definitely see the guys there. Actually,
All
let me
right.
see. I'm trying to remember how many people are signed up to do the job.
All right.
Why are you looking at me like that? What
Because I
about
do
that?
have a bureau to protect, and they are
okay.
definitely
All right,
targets.
see you guys later.
All right, see you later, AJ. And you have a bunch of money for me.
I do indeed. You can tell I've got that money burning a hole in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I
I'll
need to
give
go to
you,
the ATM.
Oh, there are 6 people. I think coming. You're gonna have
Perfect.
6 security there.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
You too. We'll talk
See you
again
later.
tomorrow.
So, Caputo, I think owes you 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 15,700.
15,700. All right, let me put it in the books.
Dead in the water. Can't do nothing. Hands behind the back. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough out here for security.
15,700.
So that's for first 3 items on the auction, and I think Mr. Caputo was proxy bidding for the 4th. So Mr. Caputo or his client, whoever that is, owes you 10,000.
All right, did you end up handing it to me?
Yes, you should have 15,700,
All right.
I think, on you.
$15,700. All right, I'm gonna move it over. Hey, Caputo, you sorry to interrupt, but do you have the 10,000 for Harmony?
No, she has it.
She has it. All right. You need to collect it from Harmony. I'm gonna go put this in the book.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much, Dale. All right, so we have shit. We're gonna be pushing almost $100,000 in city council meeting. Fucking city hall money. City hall's monies. We're gonna do another wave of grants here in a minute. I have to take care of something. This will probably conclude 5M. I'll probably hop on Reddit for a little bit, for a couple hours, do some ranger work or something. Keep this gravy train going. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Let's see how my son feels about it. So, deposit 15,700 deposit. At 94. All right, we're good to go. Shoot, we'll have 100,000 and see what computer gives us that our Harmony gives us the 10 grand. Somebody just got punched. Benny in this new car. You all right?
No.
No, what's going on?
So I have to go get yelled at by Vinny now at the same time. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Luck.
Good luck.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, you mentioned what you just mentioned to me. Mentioned that the Chief Justice as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We're just going to ignore Roland and keep on ignoring Caprio until he sends something. But on Friday,
I'm going to stay mostly out of it because
Yep.
I do have cases pending.
Yep. I don't want to
Mr.
conflict
Boylan
anyone.
on the other side, so I don't
Right.
want to get conflicted.
No, totally. So I just thought I'd double check what the situation is because it seems confusing to everyone.
He has until end of day tomorrow to
Mhm.
sign that parole.
Got it.
Which will then still be effective from November 1st.
Mhm.
But he is most certainly on parole.
Very good. Thank you so much for clearing it up. Cheers.
Yeah, all right. Well, we only just cleared it up ourselves today.
All right. Oh, is that why you had to go up to Bolingbroke or something?
No, that was for
that's-
something else, but it was just
Yeah.
fortuitous timing that all three of us were in
Right.
the same place, so we couldn't deal with it.
It's efficient use.
All right. Yeah, out of here, Caputo.
I'll probably stick around for a little bit just to see the fallout from whatever the fuck that is with Madeline, and yeah.
I don't even know what's going on with Madeline other than she needs to talk to Chief Justice.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Apparently, her and Royland have a little bit of a kerfuffle brewing. I imagine it's because of who Mr. Sicard represents.
Yeah, I heard him say something to her about the Moretti, so I'm sure that has something to do
Well,
with
she
it.
needs to recuse herself of all that shit and not worry about it.
Well, I mean, if he's going to be bringing them in here or doing business with them or talking about business with them in this building, he needs to be a little more careful as well.
Yeah, the problem is she didn't file any fucking orders or anything like that, protective orders against these families.
No, that either. That's also difficult because you need a private attorney for that one, and none of them fucking exist.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Busy dealing with stupid lawsuits. Anyways.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, what's up?
What's up,
Mr. Caputo, there's an Oswin here to see you.
Oswin?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll let you get back to it. It's Caputo. I will see you later.
Hey, you have a good one. I'm
Yeah.
going to bed. I got a damn head cold like there know tomorrow.
I can hear it, man. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Robert.
All right. You have a good night, man. Definitely feel better.
You too. All right, brother.
All right. So we are going to take care of some things. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Yeah, I'm going to take care of some things. I'm going to leave the stream going, but don't know if I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. But enjoy the music, and thank you guys for hanging out for a bit. I will be back. Alright, actually change of plan. I'm gonna actually take off. I'll be back in a couple hours actually. If not like an hour. He's streaming some Red M. Okay. Thank you guys.